Hello, my Africa. Hello, brothers and sisters. I have a confession here of a man saying that he was always fighting with his wife because his stick, or in other words, his manhood, wasn't functioning nicely. Sometimes it could work, sometimes it could not work. But before I go into the confession, the same person sent me a video of the processes of what he went through, because the video correlates with his confession. And before he went into details, he mentioned that people still do not believe in these things. But the surprising part is that the pastor uses the Holy Bible of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. But the thing is, he heals in a different way. So the video that I'm about to post, viewer discretion is advised.
Jesus Christ.
Kale hirizi bweri kaliri muki mubebe omuto abantu baloga abantu bakola ki baloga.
Most people don't believe.
Naye Katonda akola ki akola,
but God works. He has been feeling pain around his waist for many years.
Jango munkwatireko emabega wano mukwate kwali meko.
A horn.
Sebo olwalidde emyaka emeka kigambe abantu
How long have you been sick?
10 years.
Over 10 years when he's feeling this pain.
Singa toli mukulaba wandigambye eki. Kati
if you are not to see by your eyes, you may think they are lying.
So what are you feeling now?
This is what has been in her body. She has been suffering for 5 years.
I've never been. I don't want to see. I don't want to see. I don't want to see.
Abantu abangi bali mu bulumi.
Most people are in pain.
Abantu bangi babonaabona.
Most people are suffering.
Yes.
Abantu tenda ku 10 bolaba bali mu kubonaabona, bali kubonaabona lwadugu.
9% they are suffering.
Yes, I hope that I had sensed those videos in such a way that even kids could watch it, because they are so sensitive. I always say religion is a complicated thing. Whatever works out for you, go for it. But anyway, I do not want to waste your time. And the confession goes like this. Hello, Mr. Strange African Confession. My testimony goes like this. I'm a man of 35 years old, living with my wife. And what made me to share my confession with you, it is because I realized that some of the videos that I was watching, they are not fairy tale or myths. They are the things that I even heard personally from people. But not saying that I'm here to say what I heard from my friends, but I'm here to confess of what had happened to me. I'm a man of culture. I'm a man of wisdom. Some things I do not take them lightly because the things that happened to me broke my heart for the past 5 years. But not saying that now I'm not healed, I'm healed now. I feel like a real man. So what happened was, every time when I'm with my wife, my stick, or manhood in other words, performs so well in such a way that I could give my woman 6 rounds or sometimes even 7 rounds when I'm happy that day. But what had happened to me, I'm still saying it again, I feel so sad of what had happened to me because I realized that 5 years ago my stick couldn't perform like I'm used to because I was declining. Every month I was declining. Like I said, I could give my woman beautiful, hard 6 or 7 rounds. But it seems that each and every month I was declining by 2. And as I was declining by 2, sometimes I couldn't perform at all because it couldn't wake up. And in my mind, I thought that it was stress because I'm a hard worker, I'm a contractor. Because even at my work, people love me so much because I really work hard. And during our spare time, we can just sit down as men and discuss about our lives. But luckily, as I was talking to one of my workmates, I started telling them that I am seeing myself not performing like I'm used to. And they referred me to a pastor here in Uganda. As my colleague was giving me the directions of where to find that particular pastor in Uganda, I was so delighted because I knew that I'm going to be myself again. And I wasn't confident enough to even face my wife because we were always fighting and quarreling for no reason. And sometimes my wife, while I'm at home, would just call me and ask me, what does she not have? Because I'm not performing like I used to. So in her mind, she thought that I'm actually losing interest on her. But the problem was actually me. And you know how us men are. The more that we do not perform well in bed, it is the more that our confidence goes down. And as I took those directions from my colleague worker, 5 days later, it was a Saturday, I went to church to go and confront the pastor. And as soon as the service was about to deplete, the pastor started prophesying, telling me exactly what was my problem. And enthusiastically, I was so happy in my heart. So he called me up front at the stage. And as soon as I arrived at the stage, he told me to lie down because he wanted to remove something that I did not believe that it exists. So as I removed my shirt, he calmly told me to relax, and I saw his hand coming slowly on my chest. And as his hand was coming down on my chest, he told me that it's going to be a bit painful because it was going to feel like someone is removing all of my air to breathe, because that thing, it seems that it was connected to my lungs. So as he did what he was telling me, I felt that pain, and out of nowhere, I saw his hand holding a small tree, and it seems that that small tree was chams or muti in other African languages. And as people were happy to see that that pastor was holding that muti, people were clapping hands, praising him of the wonderful miracle of what he showed today. After the church service, I went back home, and that night I did not have sexual intercourse with my wife because I was still surprised and scared of what had happened at church. So the following day, after work, I had confidence enough to approach my wife, and I gave her the best night ever, because that night, it was the first time in my life I gave her 9 beautiful, hard rounds. And she was also surprised that what did I drink for me to become this strong. And I spilled the beans, and I told her that I went to church to that particular pastor and he helped me out. And ever since that day, my steak is so strong that I'm so confident even if another woman tastes it, I think that woman will leave her husband for me. Whew. So that's the end of the confession, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever works out for you, go for it. I hope I made the confession short so that you can understand it. And the person that sent me this message, his English is kind of bad, so I tried to put it in a good way. So thank you and God bless. Merry Christmas in advance.